My recent active track hack for the DJI Mini 2 video was extremely popular. It turns out you guys really want that feature for the DJI Mini 2, and finding workarounds is really all we can do at the minute. Well, I have an update for you. I've been out, I've done some experimenting, and I have a new, better and much more reliable way to do an active track hack on the DJI Mini 2. I've also got some suggestions that you guys gave me in the comments that I tried when I was out, and I've got some feedback on whether or not they're actually worth doing. Let's jump right in. Now before we get into this new, updated, active track hack for the DJI Mini 2, I just want to say if you like this video and you learned something new, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new around here and haven't subscribed and like drone related content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell's on so you don't miss any of my other videos. So the active track hack that I mentioned in my previous video, which if you haven't watched, I recommend, click the link above or it's in the description down below, was to use the circle QuickShot mode to simulate active track with your DJI Mini 2. And for all intents and purposes, it worked, but it had a few problems which made it unreliable. The main one being was it would very easily lose the active tracking off you, even if you're doing something slow or something simple, like walking in a straight line. Because the quick shot circle would start to bring the drone round in front of you, it would often lose tracking very, very simply. And this just made it not that reliable when you're trying to do active tracking. So I thought there must be a better way to do this. I'm going to dedicate some time and I'm going to find a better way to do this. So I took my Mini 2, I headed out, I spent a morning playing with the different features, seeing what worked in the context of active tracking, and I think I found a much better way of doing it. Now I'm doing these active track experiments on a beach and it was a really sunny day. So as always, remember to use ND filters if you're out on a sunny day. Freewell have recently sent me these, the all-day 8-pack ND filter set for the DJI Mini 2, and I've just been blown away by how good these filters are. And this 8-pack contains every type of filter you would need when you're out flying. You've got standard NDs, polarizing NDs, and you've actually got a CPL, a circular polarizer in there as well. So with these filters, you're never going to be stuck for the right filter, the right ND filter for when you're out flying in any conditions. So if you'd like to pick these up, the link is in the description down below. I always recommend using an ND filter when you're out flying to just get that really cinematic looking footage. So active tracking. One of the main things you guys commented in my previous active track hack video was why do you not try out the return to home active tracking hack? A lot of you guys suggested it, so I gave it a go. What is the return to home active track hack? Well, what you want to do is you want to find somewhere where you can walk in a straight line. So in my example, it was a beach. You want to fly your drone in front of you to where you want to stop the active track, and you want to update your return to home location. Then what you want to do is you want to bring the drone back, you want to point the drone at you, and then what you want to do is start walking and hit the return to home button. And in theory, what should happen is the drone should then start to fly back to the return to home location. You're walking along next to the drone as it's returning to home, and you get this simulated active track hack. Now I tried this multiple times, and unfortunately I wouldn't really recommend doing this. There's a few problems with it. Now the first and the main one was, the first time I tried this, I hit return to home while recording, and my screen, the app, froze. But I got confused for a second because I didn't realize the screen had froze. I just thought the drone was staying stationary. And only when I looked up, the drone had moved and the drone had started returning to home, but the screen had completely froze. And even when I hit the return to home cancel button and it stopped the return to home, it still took a few seconds for the screen to then come back to where the drone was actually sitting, as you can see in this footage. And I'm not sure if this is a bug, it's certainly the first time I've encountered this, but it definitely makes doing this a little bit sketchy. So if you're recording while returning to home, watch out for your screen freezing, as this is a bug I ran into a few times. That aside, there are a few more general issues with doing this that would really mean I would never really use it as an active track hack. So the first is, once you hit return to home, your drone will actually turn in the direction of the return to home location. And only once it's completed that turn can you take control again and turn it back to face you. So what I find is, if I had the drone beside me pointing towards me, and I hit the return to home button, the drone would turn away from me. I had to wait a few seconds and then turn it back to face me. And yes, it would start to return to home while looking towards me the whole time. But that 5 or 6 seconds every time you hit the return to home to have to reframe your shot and re-bring the drone back round to look at you is a bit of a pain. The second is when you hit return to home, your drone will hover up to its return to home height before it flies to the return to home location. So if you don't have this set lower to the height your drone is when you hit that return to home button, once your drone hovers up to that height, you're going to have to gimbal down and again reframe your shot. So you need to reframe your shot or be constantly updating your return to home height. Again, this is hassle. But lastly, and the main reason I wouldn't use this, is the return to home speed is just too fast if you're walking. I tried this countless times, and unless you're running, your drone will just overtake you, and sooner or later you'll be out of the shot because it's just going way faster than you're walking. And this just makes it not that reliable, and unfortunately it's not a method that I would recommend. In theory it sounds good, it sounds like it works, but putting it into practice I find that it's just not a great method. Another question that I got asked in the comments was, does the drone settings, so things like rotation speed, affect the speed of QuickShots? So if I set the rotation speed slower, when it's doing the circle QuickShot, will the drone rotate round the subject it's tracking slower? And this was actually a feature in the old Mavic Air where, for example, once you set for the drone to start rotating around you, you could choose the speed that the drone would rotate around you. So you could either have it rotate around you slowly or fast. And so that would be beneficial for the old active track hack, because if you could set it to rotate around you slowly, then it would never really overtake you and it would never really lose tracking. Unfortunately, in my experiments, I found that the speed you set for rotation in the drone settings and actually any of the drone settings don't actually affect the QuickShot speed at all. So unfortunately, you can't really adjust these QuickShot settings, or it seems that way, using the drone rotation settings, for example. So as mentioned, the reason I wanted to go out and experiment with more active tracking hacks with the DJI Mini 2 was because the circle active track hack, although it worked, was just unreliable. So what I did was I went through every QuickShot type to see if there was any benefits of using any other type other than the circle QuickShot. Now, I obviously knew the droney and rocket QuickShots weren't going to work that well for active tracking, but I gave it a go and they kind of worked, but obviously what happens is either your drone gets too high above you or too far away and it loses tracking, kind of how the circle QuickShot loses tracking. And so obviously I knew these QuickShot methods weren't going to be great for an active track hack, but I wanted to make sure and I tried them anyway. But obviously, as expected, I just wouldn't recommend them for an active track hack. Then I tried Helix, and I think I found the new best way to do an active track hack with a Mini 2. You see, when you select Helix, you actually select a height. By selecting Helix, you're telling the drone you want it to fly upwards, you want it to fly away gradually, spiraling around your subject, finishing at the height, the radius that you set. But here's the thing, I find if you set the radius at 120 meters, it rotates around you extremely slowly, and that's key. One of the biggest pains and one of the biggest problems with using the circle QuickShot as an active track hack is no matter what you do, sooner or later that drone starts to overtake you. And once it starts to overtake you, it loses the tracking, and that's it. It's no longer tracking you. With the Helix QuickShot set to 120 meters, I find that it goes so slowly that it never really catches up with you and never really overtakes you. And in my experiments, I find that this gave unlimited tracking when walking. With the circle QuickShot, I find I could get 5 to 10 seconds worth of active tracking, but with the Helix, I could just walk and walk and walk, and it would keep tracking. So the best new active track hack for the DJI Mini 2 based on my experiments is to use the Helix QuickShot, set it to 120 meters, draw the box around you to track, set the arrow in the direction you're going to be walking, and hit go. And you will just get continuous active tracking and beautiful shots using the DJI Mini 2. So I hope these experiments and this new active track method really helps you out. If you find it has, please hit that like button. And if you're new around here and haven't subscribed and love drone related videos, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell's on so you don't miss any of my other videos. As always, I really appreciate you watching this one to the end. Thank you so much for watching.